The member from Halton.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My question is to the Premier. Yesterday, Premier, I asked your minister responsible for the OLG why a government agency is giving away 22 foreign-made Mercedes-Benzes when GM is on the brink of bankruptcy and thousands of Ontarians are facing the loss of their jobs in the auto industry. His response? Minister, or Premier, he scolded the head of the OLG in a meeting. That's it. Premier, this is a scandal-plagued agency, which is once again clearly lacking in direction and oversight from your minister. Premier, is your minister's response to this latest fiasco good enough for you? Premier.
Speaker, I thought it was the appropriate response to the circumstances. I think it's an opportunity for all of us, Speaker, both in government and through our extensive government agencies, to be conscious both of the times and of our responsibility to take advantage of Ontario products and Ontario services where that's reasonable for us to do, Speaker. I think that's the lesson that we might draw from this. Unfortunately, the folks at OLG learned this too late, but I'm absolutely convinced that it's not the kind of thing they're going to do again, Speaker. But as I say, it's an opportunity for all of us to be conscious of the times and our responsibilities and to seek out Ontario products and Ontario services.
Right on. Supplementary.
Premier, we've been in this disaster for 4 years now, leading up to it. Because it's not good enough for that answer is not good enough for hundreds of thousands of Ontarians who have lost their jobs. 300,000 people in Ontario have lost their jobs in the manufacturing sector. And it's not good enough for Ontario taxpayers who are being asked by you to support a $4 billion bailout of GM and Chrysler. In 2007, there were 138 people at the OLG earning $100,000, collectively making over $18 million a year in salary. Despite all the high-priced help, no one, including the minister responsible for the OLG, thought it was a bad idea to give away 22 foreign-built luxury Mercedes-Benzes. When Ontario auto industry is in crisis, and has been for the last 3 years. Premier, how can you continue to allow this incompetence and shocking lack of oversight by your minister to continue?
Premier.
Well, Speaker, I'm not sure there are many people, if any, in Ontario who would agree with the decision taken by OLG executive on this matter of purchasing cars. And I think the minister was very clear in that regard yesterday, Speaker, and I know we have the full support of the honourable member opposite. Speaker, I also think, in fairness, things have improved at the OLG. I'm not saying that they are perfect, Speaker, but there was a report prepared by the Ombudsman. We have addressed the recommendations found within that report. There have been a number of positive steps taken to provide more assurance and more confidence to Ontarians who buy products from the OLG. But obviously there is still more work to be done, Speaker. But I think it's important to acknowledge that we have made some progress when it comes to OLG.
Final supplementary.
Speaker, that response is an insult to the people of Ontario, to the auto workers who have lost their jobs, to the businesses who have ceased to do business, and to the taxpayers of this province. Shameful. 71,000 Ontarians lost their jobs in January alone, and thousands more are expected to follow. Ontarians can have no confidence in this Premier's ability to manage the economy when he and his minister are spending $750,000 on foreign-made cars when that money should be spent here in Ontario. Premier, will you hold your minister responsible for this fiasco, or will you simply let it go like you always do? Premier, will you finally show some leadership on this issue?
Come on, George, step.
Premier.
Speaker, I can understand why my honourable colleague is trying to say that we made this decision somehow. We did not. Execs at OLG did that, Speaker. We have, of the 10 executives at OLG, 8 of those are new, Speaker. My colleague says he's concerned about the auto sector particularly. He knows that we've been working for a long time with the auto sector. In fact, during the course of the past 5 years, we still remain the #1 auto producer in North America. The auto sector is in crisis, so we're working with the sector, the CAW, the parts suppliers, and the federal government, and Washington as well, Speaker, to see what we can do to strengthen this sector. I think what lesson that we can and must draw, all of us, is where we can. Let's today, as Ontarians, be conscious of our options. Where it's reasonable for us to do so, let's buy from Ontario.
That's right.